Hello, everybody out there at radio, TV, and internet land who is listening to this show. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and this is an interview that's dear to my heart for a lot of reasons. First of all, I'm always interested in promoting young people, particularly young males, and even more particularly young African American males. Secondly, I'm a churchgoer and a believer, and so it warms my heart to be able to bring to you my pastor, young man who's the pastor elect of a church that I've been going to almost half a century, Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. And this interview is significant today because of those reasons, but also because I feel like it would not be robbery if we although he's from Macon, I'm going to let him tell about himself. But, since this is a young man and he's a pastor and he's the pastor elect, and I didn't say he just started preaching now. I say he's the pastor elect, not preacher elect, which means he's been a minister for a while, and that person is none other than Pastor-elect Belvin Ware. Now, I know in high school they called him Beware, but that's not because he was bad or anything like that. It just sounded good. So they referred to him as Beware, but I'm so proud to have him on the show today. Reverend Belvin Ware, pastor-elect of Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. How you doing, Pastor?
I'm doing great, Mr. Habersham. How you doing this afternoon?
I am outstanding. So let's just start from the beginning. Let's go way back and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, as you've already stated, Mr. Habersham, yes, I am a native of Macon, Georgia. I am a native of the Mac town, the heart of Georgia. I was born here in the month of December, getting ready to celebrate my birthday here in a few days. My mother is Denise Jones, maiden name Denise Thurman, who is also a native of Macon. And then my father, I haven't met too many people that doesn't know my daddy. My daddy was a educator here in Macon for 37 years. He started out at Ballard Hudson, and then from Ballard Hudson, he went to what was called Willingham, either A or B, one of those buildings. And then he even stayed there when they changed the name to Southwest. From Southwest, my daddy then finished up his career in teaching at Northeast High School. I graduated from the Central High School back in 1996. And then I kind of hung around here in Macon, Mr. Habersham, for a couple of years. I went to what was then known as Macon State College for a couple of years. And then it was in 1998. I decided to walk into the recruiter's office right there on Mercer University in the pink building where all of the recruiter offices used to be. And I enlisted into the United States Marine Corps. So I went in to the Marines in 1998, joined the Marines in 98, and then I separated in 2017. I am married to the love of my life, Aisha Ware, who her maiden name is Aisha Jordan. She is also a native of Macon. She graduated from Central, went on to get her bachelor's degree at Savannah State in social work. And then she also got her master's degree from Savannah State University in social work also. We have two beautiful twin boys by the name of Kingston and Kingsley. And as you said, I have been elected as the pastor-elect of the Macedonia Baptist Church. But my ministry actually began, I believe it began when I was born, but I didn't answer that call until September. It was September of 2013. Well, I actually answered the call long before then. One of the first people that I had a conversation with as it pertains to me being called into ministry, ironically, was Pastor Eddie D. Smith Sr., our pastor emeritus here at the Macedonia Baptist Church. And he actually coached me through that whole process, told me about some things that I needed to do in order to make sure that I stayed in line. And so after talking to Pastor Smith, we were living in Jacksonville, North Carolina at the time. And so after talking with Pastor Smith, he instructed me that I needed to have a conversation with my pastor, in which I did. And so I believe it was in the latter part of December of 2012 or the beginning of 2013 when I had that initial conversation with my pastor in Jacksonville, North Carolina at New Life Family Worship Center, Pastor Wills Jackson Sample. And so for about 9 months, I was a minister in training. And then when he saw fit and when God laid on his heart, I actually delivered my initial sermons, September the 29th, 2013. It was entitled "I Got a New Attitude," and it came from Romans chapter 12 and verse number 1 and 2. And ever since then, it's been up from there. 2018, of course, Pastor Smith extended the invite or the invitation for me to move back to Macon in order to assume the position of the servant leader of children, youth, and young adult, in which I have been doing so for the last, now 5 years, and I think about 5 or 6 months now. And then come January of 2024, I will assume my position as the pastor-elect of the Macedonia Baptist Church right here in Macon, Georgia, 600 Eisenhower Parkway. And I want to tell anybody out there, if you do not have a church home, the Macedonia Baptist Church would be a great place for you to rest your soul. And I would love to be your pastor.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Coming out of the chute recruiting, I guess you learned that from joining the Marines, I reckon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, young man. And, I'm impressed and enthused and excited, not only about the church and its future under your leadership, but for you. I'm a strong believer. One of the things that happens in our community is that sometimes we're not attuned to the importance of passing the torch. Mm-hmm. And, what we've got to do is, there's a time in our lives where we are the forefront, but, Mother Nature doesn't let you be the forefront all the time.
Yes, sir.
But I have observed that in many instances, some people have difficulty in, moving to the next level. And you can always be important, but, we need to be sure that we broaden our shoulders and help young people to stand on them. So that's my intention and that's my desire. And I'm sure that you will stand on a lot of people's shoulder. I'm sure that you will listen to good wisdom and good advice and be prayerful and things of that nature. And the thing that impresses me the most and the thing that's important to me is that we got to have young people in leadership positions so they can attract young people. Yes, not only young people, but provide the kind of organization and leadership that's going to make a difference in any organization, but especially the church. So when will your installation be again? And then I want to move on to some other questions.
Mr. Havisham, if it's all right with you, I have not announced it to the church yet. So if I could, can we kind of keep that up under the rafters?
Yeah, you can keep it up under the rafters. I mean,
okay, let's keep it up under the rafters for right now.
Okay, well that's fine.
But it's coming very soon. I will share this. It will be during the month of February, during Black History Month.
Okay, that's outstanding. That's outstanding. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Well, when you announce it to the church, I'm gonna help you announce it to the public. So
yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Be okay with that. Okay, tell me a little bit about your vision. I mean, I want you to start with your working with the youth. Mm-hmm. As it relates to what are your thoughts and your ambition as it relates to getting more youth involved in the church. Today, we want to talk about the youth. We want to talk about community. We want to talk about community initiatives and community improvement, mm-hmm. which there are several churches in the community. Many of the churches are doing a phenomenal job of trying to be outreach and a lot of good preachers say, the church is outside the walls. So talk about, your vision and your initiatives and your programs that you would like to initiate as the pastor of Macedonia Baptist.
I'm so glad you asked me that question, Mr. Havisham, and I hope that you and the people watching and the people listening can really hear my heart, because this is one of the things that I'm very passionate about when it comes to the church. I too believe that the church is outside the four walls of the meeting place to where we meet. I believe that Jesus erected his church for the purpose of going out to where the people are. I believe that there is a need for the church to minister beyond the walls. I believe that we have to go to where the people are. When you look at, pre-pandemic, when you look at post-pandemic, nobody has been beating down the doors trying to get into the church. And one of the main reasons why, because one of the first books that I began reading when I first took this assignment as the youth minister at the Macedonia Baptist Church was a book called Understanding Generation Z. And what I found out by reading this book, Mr. Habersham, is that these young people, these millennials, and this new generation that is coming up, it's not that they have denied Christ. Nobody has taken the time to introduce Christ to them. So they really don't know what they don't know. It's not that they've turned their back on Christ. Nobody has actually introduced Christ to them to give them the decision if they're going to accept or not accept. So I believe wholeheartedly on ministering outside the walls of the church. When I first got here, one of the first things that I asked Pastor Smith to allow the church to do was to adopt Bruce Elementary School. And Bruce Elementary School is right down the street from the Macedonia Baptist Church, in which we did so. And so we have been in partnership with them ever since, I believe, 2019. Now, as the pastor of the Macedonia Baptist Church, I would like for us to exceed that, and I would like to see the church to adopt a school on every level. I would like to see the church adopt Ballard Hudson, which is the closest middle school to the church, and then also extend that to Central High School, which is the closest high school to the church. And then I would like to see that extended to the college campus over at Middle Georgia State University. I would like to see the church to do some work on the college campus, because the more appealing we are to the young people, and I don't mean appealing to the point to where we minimize the gospel and we lose the biblical principles of the gospel and try to be so relatable that we become too pragmatic. I don't want to become too pragmatic as a church. I want to maintain those biblical traditions and those biblical principles, while at the same time teaching our young people and also giving them a place to come where they can socialize and fellowship with their friends. So that means that we got to have a place at the church that's solely for our young people. We need to have game rooms at the church. We need to have a computer lab at the church. We need to have an enclosed gym at the church, because I believe in the concept that if you build it, they will come. So that's one of the main things that I want to see the Macedonia Baptist Church do under my leadership, is to get out in the community and to focus on outreach. Yes, sir.
Outstanding. So, what other kind of program? And I think that's very, very noteworthy and very honorable that you got that concept and that approach and that program and that goal. So, congratulations on that.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what else would you like to see as an institution uh, beyond growing the church? I mean, what other kind of activities and programs and involvement uh, would you like to see the church do?
So I would like to see the Macedonia Baptist Church be a beacon of light in the South Macon community. What do I mean when I say a beacon of light in the South Macon community? I want to see the Macedonia Church to be a church to where we minister holistically. And what that means is that what I do have on my calendar is I have on my calendar to meet with all of the major community agencies here in the Macon and Middle Georgia area in order to bring resources to the South Macon community. Because one thing that we know and one thing that we can't deny is that here in the South Macon community, there is a transportation challenge. But the Macedonia Baptist Church, located right here on the corner of Eisenhower and 2nd Street, or Eisenhower and Houston Avenue, however it is you come into the campus, we are right in the bedrock of where most of our our resources need to be. And so just to name a few, Mr. Alex Habersham, I have on my agenda to invite you, of course, as a representative of the Making in Middle Georgia Black pages, a man like yourself with all of the resources that you have at your disposal. I believe that you will be a viable asset to the Macedonia Baptist Church, along with our mayor, our district attorney, of course, the commissioner for this area. When you look at the directors of the EOC, the directors of the Georgia Department of Labor, the director of Family Children's Services, the director of Housing Authority, and I would like to get all of these people under one roof for a luncheon that I'm going to host here at the Macedonia Baptist Church. Because if we're going to do this the way that I do believe that God is calling us to do it, is it has to be a collaborative effort. And with it being a collaborative effort, that means that even though that we are the church, we don't have all of the answers, but if we partner with those in order to bring all of those resources in the community, then the Macedonia Baptist Church will not only be a place where you can get your spiritual needs met, but it can be where you can get also your physical needs met. I believe that we should have things like financial literacy programs, first-time homeowners seminars, resume builders, interview and job prep seminars, job placement assistance. I would love to see, as a military vet myself, I would love to see us here at the Macedonia Baptist Church stand up a military veteran support ministry, tutoring programs for our young people. Of course, I already mentioned about adopting Ballard Hudson in Central High School. I would like to see us do some college prep seminars, not only just for the students, but then also for the parents, to get the parents prepared for their child that's going on to college. Of course, I mentioned our college ministry, and then I would like to see us do more community engagement. We do, all churches across this land do a great job with inreach. We do a great job with putting on great programs at the church. But I would like to see us take these programs to the community to let them know that, look, the church really does care about you. And so one of the things that I do have laid out in my vision is for the first 365 days is that we will focus mainly on outreach, getting out into the community, reestablishing that footprint and building relationships with the community. And one of the and the tagline that I have proposed to the church is this, Mr. Havisham, Macedonia Baptist Church, transforming lives spiritually while ministering holistically. And that's my outlook as far as it comes to what I believe that God is leading me to do here at the Macedonia Baptist Church.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding. Well, tell me this. I've heard you preach some sermons, and you've done a good job, man. I remember singing a song now. I mean,
Yes, sir. I had
and
fun with that one.
and then we need to talk about. I mean, are the sermons, available for those individuals in the community who may be interested, not only in those outreach type activities that you just mentioned, but, some people were saying, well, that's fine, young man, but can you preach? Can you bring the word?
Yes, sir.
Can you deliver the message?
Yes, sir.
Can you use the Bible? So is there a resource for some individuals in the community who may be interested in hearing, some of your sermons? Can they go and listen to them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course, the different platforms that we are on right now. Of course, we're on Facebook. We're on Facebook under the Macedonia Church of Macon, and then we're on also YouTube under the Macedonia Church of Macon. And all of our services are archived there on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, as well as we broadcast on the on channel 7. I'm not quite sure about those times just yet, but then if there's a broadcast that you see, because the broadcast we only have 30 minutes, but if there's a message that you do not hear in its entirety, and if you would like a copy of it, all they have to do is just call the church office at 478-750-0040. Make sure you have the topic of the sermon, and then we will get that mailed out to you as quickly as we can.
Yeah, that's very outstanding. So, what would be your appeal to the community, though you've already kind of done it, for for someone who's looking for a church home?
Mm-hmm.
What would be your appeal to ask them to come and consider the Macedonia experience?
My appeal to the community would be this. Bible calls us to go out into the world and to make disciples and to baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit. And I believe in the concept of don't ask what your church can do for you, but ask what can you do for your church. And there's a lot of ministry work that we need to do here in the South Macon area and also in the entire Macon and Middle Georgia area. And I believe God has gifted each and every last one of us in order to push this purpose with your own individual gift and talent. And we need your help. Mr. Alex Habersham, we cannot get away from the fact that anytime we turn on our news and anytime we see that there's crime in our area, it's sad to say that the majority of that crime and the majority of the violence actually happens in the South Macon community. And with that being said, the Bible says that our world and our situation will not change until the church gets itself together. We learned that in Chronicles chapter number 7, where it says, if my people who are called by my name, he's talking to the church. He said, if my people who are called by my name, he says, if they would turn from their wicked ways, seek my face and pray, he says, then I hear their prayers. He's not talking to those that are lost. He's saying that the church needs to get their act together first in order for him to work to where the church has been planted. And so we need your help. We know you have a gift. We know you have a talent, and the Macedonia Baptist Church is geared up and ready, and we are ready to get out here in the community and do what God has called us to do. And we need your help, from the youngest to the oldest. We need your help. Not only that, but this is a Macedonia church family. Once you join the Macedonia Baptist Church, you're not just a church member, you are a family member. This is a family-oriented church. I grew up in this church on 928 Anthony Road. My mother did not matter what happened on a Saturday night, Mr. Habersham. We was in church on a Sunday morning. I was a junior deacon at this church. I was in the youth choir at this church, heavily involved in the youth ministry at this church. I remember Macedonia Baptist Church being a mega church before anybody knew what a mega church was. You know what the parking lot used to look like on Anthony Road, Mr. Habersham. Those cars would be backed up the hill all the way to where Ballard Hudson Middle School is now. And it's not about having people in the church, and it's not about the numbers, it's about the soul, and it's about the heart, and it's about the person actually wanting to work towards those ministry goals and those ministry objectives.
Well, I'm sure that some of the listeners are interested in just hearing a little tad of your messages and your messaging. So let's just take some excerpts from your sermons, and so the community can hear, just a snippet of the messages that you have presented at the church.
The Elements, EWF, Earth, Wind, and Fire. In 1975, the group released an album called Gratitude. And one of the group's members, Maurice White, pens the words of the song, "When you feel down and out, sing a song. It'll make your day. It's time to shout. Sing a song. It'll make your way. Sometimes it's hard to care, but sing a song. It'll make your day. Sometimes a smile is hard to bear, but sing a song and it'll make your way." I know some of the seasoned saints may be, he's talking about that secular music in the pulpit. Well, if Earth, Wind, and Fire doesn't do it for you, if Earth, Wind, and Fire, if they are too secular for you, if they are too R&B for you, if they are too worldly for you, Kurt Franklin says it this way: melodies from heaven rain down on me. Rain down on me.
Outstanding. Okay, well, it's such a pleasure, and I want to congratulate you again. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, interviewing Pastor-elect Belvin Ware, also known as Beware, Pastor-elect of Macedonia Baptist Church. And Pastor-elect, you got the final word.
I would like to just say, first of all, to Mr. Alex Habersham and to all of the members at the Macedonia Baptist Church, and not only to them, but also to our Pastor Emeritus, Eddie D. Smith Sr., for acknowledging the God that is on the inside of me. Man has also saw exactly what God has appointed and ordained. The Bible says that I will send you pastors after my own heart. And I am after pushing not Belvin's agenda, but I am after pushing God's agenda. And so once again, if you need a church home, if you do not have a church home, please join us right here at the Macedonia Baptist Church, 600 Eisenhower Parkway, Macon, Georgia. Our service times are, you can find us here every Sunday morning at 8:45 a.m. for our Sunday morning Bible school, and then our worship service starts at 10 a.m. But you also have that midweek Bible study. We do 2 Bible studies. We do one at 12 noon on Wednesdays across the street in our Challenge Center, and then our evening Bible study, which is where we have our adults and also our teens. That begins at 6:30 every evening right here downstairs in our fellowship hall every Wednesday. I believe in the Bible. I believe in preaching and teaching the Bible. And so once again, if you do not have a church home, we would love to have you here at the Macedonia Baptist Church to be our guest and to hopefully be a member of the Macedonia Church family.
This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Have a great day. Thank you, Pastor-elect.
Thank you, Mr. Habersham.
www.makingblackpages.com.
Get ready, Central Georgia.
The 2023-2024 edition
of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages
is coming soon. Check your listing. Visit
MaconBlackPages.com
to check the status of your listing. If it needs to be updated or removed, please contact us. List your business.
We give all African American businesses a free listing.
Visit our website to submit your free business listing so that it will be listed in the directory
for the new
2023-2024 edition. Advertise your business in the Black Pages.
You cannot afford not to advertise.
So check your listing, list your business, and advertise with us.
Give us a call at 478-464-0074.
Stop by 590 DT Walton Senior Way in Macon.
Or you can go to our website, MaconBlackPages.com.
The 2023-2024 edition is coming soon.